What's up, guys? It's Dilly here from Mic'd Up Sports, and in today's video I'm doing the 5 most intriguing teams to watch this upcoming men's basketball college season, which is just right around the corner for all the main conferences, and some of the smaller conferences already started a couple days back, like 2-3 days ago, of course. But I'm going to, like I said, top 5 teams that are most intriguing to watch this season, and of course 2 honorable mentions that will be iffy to watch. They'll either be amazing to watch or non-iffy to watch. But let's get started. Coming in at my first honorable mention, I got Oral Roberts, everyone's favorite meme underdog or Cinderella team from this past year. You have new guys coming from the transfer like Isaac McBride. I was always big on Isaac McBride. He was Kansas originally, then transferred to Vanderbilt because coaching issues, then transferred over to, of course, Oral Roberts now. Rumor has it coaching issues again. Maybe the kid's just uncoachable. Who knows? But they also lost guys like Kevin O'Banner, the Robin of Max Abmas during that tournament. He went over to Texas Tech, but you have a strong test early on in the season with Colorado State, and they were a great team last year. But Max Abmas, of course, NCAA's leading scorer, will always have something to say about that, and will always give you some nice, flashy shots at all times during this season. As my second honorable mention, I have Marquette, my favorite team. It's not biased, I promise. It's because Texas's old coach, Shaka Smart, came over during the offseason and got off the other coach. But Shaka Smart, solid coach, typically gets to the NCAA tournament. Known to collapse, though, a lot. But defense is usually strong for him, and I continue this defensive-sided team to continue with its strong defense. But the thing is, will this team have a strong identity early and be one of the best teams to watch, like it was a few years ago? Or will it be the team we watched last year? But I think this team might be a really fun team to watch, like Texas teams usually are when Shaka was head coach of the Texas Longhorns. Coming in at number 5, though, I have Arkansas. Another dominated guard squad from them after their 2 main guards are gone. But another fun thing I'm going to be looking out for is Chris Likes, who transferred there. 5'7" guard. I think he's averaging 16 a game, but he is doing really good last year before he got hurt. And then Chris Vanover, who's 7'3". That is a pretty big size difference around the court. I always love seeing that. That's always funny to me, how different heights always seems to make me happy, seeing the shorter guys come and dominate like that, and like he always has throughout his first couple seasons. But anyway, also Eric Musselman coming into his 4th head coaching season, but or 2nd, 3rd, 4th, right there. It's right around there. Sorry, guys, I forget. But 45-19 record and a deep run last year, going to the Elite 8, losing to the eventual champion in Baylor. But Arkansas I had to include on that list because they were a fun team to watch last year, and I think that's mainly due to coaching. And now that you have 5'7" Likes dominating, and then you have other guys on that team that will just dominate the basketball offensively, I think this team will also be a fun team to watch. You see, at number 4, I really got to stick in a team like Colorado. I love Colorado. Colorado has always been a team I've found myself watching last couple years along with UNC Greensboro, which I just never watched them before. I'm not fans of them, I just have fun watching them. I think they're coached great. It seems like that, they're coached great. But if you were to ask me who the number 1 recruiting class was this year in the Pac-12, I would say Arizona. I would say a UCLA. I would say an Oregon. I would say a USC. But no, it was Colorado. Colorado has been bringing in a lot of players. When their coach first came in, he thought he would never get anyone and things, and that's why he always went cheaper on everything he bought. Like when he bought his car, he bought his house. He didn't think no one would come to Colorado, so he didn't think he'd be successful at first, or at least lasting long there. But that seems to be completely opposite. He's had 5 NCAA appearances, and it would have been 6 if not for the COVID year. But you have also a squad of bigs on that team. You got Batty, you got Walker, you have De Silva on that team. You're going to have 3 guys 6'8 plus playing in this lineup. At least 6'8 plus. There might be 4 in there. There's 4 big guys on the team who should be starting. Even the coach said, hey, we got to start these guys. I think they're a clear March Madness team. They're one of the only teams I'm saying clear immediately. that couldn't just choke out of nowhere. I think they are almost a guaranteed lock for March Madness, and they're a fun team to watch, I think. Or it will be a fun team to watch when they open up next week. Coming in at number 3 is another one of my teams that I thought extremely intriguing, and that was extremely fun to watch during the short time they had in the NCAA tournament. But then again, I think they'll be fun to watch this year. This team is BYU, Brigham Young University. BYU, and of course, I just thought that'd be kind of cool. Nah, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. Well, you'll tell me. But anyway, Alex Barcelo and Gideon George are returning along with others, and Alex Barcelo has dropped 20 in their main thing. I think they ended up losing to UCLA, if I remember right. But Alex Barcelo is the real deal. I think he's really good. And him playing the point guard duties along with Tajon Lucas, who transferred from UW-Milwaukee, and he is amazing. I love Tajon Lucas. I think Tajon Lucas and Alex Barcelo might be the best guard duo this season if they play up to their forward potential. But they are two great guards that can both play point, that can also both switch to the 2 when they will need to. But that will be awesome to watch. And then, of course, their new rookie, I butcher his name every time, Fousseyni Traore. But he's a great forward, really athletic, under-recruited, but is really good. He shoots lights out. He was shooting lights out in prep school. He's shooting lights out in the preseason so far. He's just shooting lights out. I love those guys. What was he? I think 9 for 10 last game, and then 7 for 6 the game before, or 7 for 8 the game before that. Sorry, but he is a lights out shooter. He's fun to watch. That guy alone is fun to watch. I love him and Chet Holmgren in the upcoming class, or that is playing this upcoming season for the freshmen. I love them too. I think they're both going to be great players in the future, and I think both these two are going to be lights out this season, easily contesting for Freshman of the Year. Next up on this list, we got Oklahoma. Oklahoma recently, of course, switched coaches due to Lon Kruger retiring, and they ended up hiring old Loyola Chicago coach and best coach on the portal in Porter Moser. And he did a pretty good job in the transfer portal this offseason too. He got the Groves brothers. Sure, you're asking me right now who the Groves brothers are. But the thing is, you remember them if you at least watched a lot of March Madness like I did. They were the two brothers that absolutely lit Kansas up during the first round. Yes, they barely lost in the first round to Kansas, but you got 35 points from Tanner Groves, a player you originally never most likely heard of. But them two brothers coming up and playing on this level now will be interesting to see how they play, and will be fun to watch. They were fun to watch all last season if you watch all the highlight stuff. That's why I had to include Oklahoma on this list, plus the switch with the new coach. Plus, they will be strong defensively. Loyola always had a strong defensive team with Porter Moser. I hope he continues it with Oklahoma, and I have a reason to believe he will. And finally, easily number 1. This ain't even contestable, guys. Come on. You already know who's number 1 to watch this season. Duke. I hate Duke normally, but come on. It is Coach K's final season. You need to watch more Duke games. There might never be another coach like him. He is one of the best coaches, if not the best coach of all time. Like, come on, guys. They have a strong inside and out roster, one of the best they have on both sides of the ball as well in years. Their threes were falling for once. I don't know the last time I watched a Duke team shoot tons of threes in the last 3-4 years. Hey, in their 2 preseason games and their matchup, they were shooting lights out from 3. They have guys like Blake and Moore who can all shoot the 3 ball. And then they have inside guys like Marquette's transfer Theo John, who I wish was still on Marquette. And they have other guys along those lines that will play amazingly inside the paint. But remember, Coach K's final season is enough reason itself to be watching Duke basketball this season. That concludes my list of the top 5 teams you should be watching this upcoming NCAA college basketball men's season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Of course, highlighted by teams like Oklahoma and Duke due to Coach K, the Groves brothers that I love. Teams like BYU because of strong guard play. Colorado because of a squad of bigs that is going to be interesting to watch, be tested all season long. And of course, teams like Arkansas, Marquette, Oral Roberts all have their own reasons specifically. But anyway, if I sounded congested in this video, I apologize. I am sick right now, and it's harder for me to talk right now. Anyway, still had to crank out the video for you guys. This is Dilly from Mic'd Up Sports. And as always, have a good rest of your guys' day, and peace.